Hi and welcome back. If you have been here before, um, I suddenly felt like grabbing my cards and doing a reading, and I actually absolutely love when um, that urge to do a reading comes through because I don't know, there's just something that feels the readings just feel so much better when instead of pre-planned and very structured readings. It just I prefer channeling energy, and I haven't done that for a while on here. A lot of the readings were very structured, and today, for the first time in a while, I've been sensing the energies again. Um, and not just sensing the energy when I sit down to do a planned reading, but just channeling what's happening collectively, or there's some energy that I'm picking up. Sometimes it's a specific person's, sometimes it's a group of people. This feels kind of collective, but let's see. Um, yeah, the energy was feeling kind of vulnerable today and a little bit tender is the word. Tender is the word. Anyway, let's see. We've got the Nine of Air, which is the Nine of Swords. And in the traditional tarot, this is somebody that having sleepless nights, being stressed, possibly having nightmares. Um, but in this deck, which I love, and this is the Angel Tarot deck, but I always, in my mind, I always think of it as the Archangel Michael deck, because I think this is him on here, but there's lots of archangels on here, like this is Archangel Uriel in this deck. And I felt like someone or a collective of people, or even most of us, and it's just not conscious and you're not aware and you don't realize that you're feeling this, there's this sense of safety and feeling of needing to be home and safe and protected and loved and taken care of. That's the type of energy that I was getting. And the Nine of Air in this deck has a whole lot of unicorns in a beautiful field, and they're all sleepy or sleeping except for this one unicorn that is awake. So there's this sense of needing to rest and sleep but not being able to. And this card says expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. And I feel like collectively in the entire world, there is so much that is either directly happening in our lives that are causing anxiety and stress and worry, or we can all just feel that because of socioeconomic changes and a lot of instability and relationship changes, and there's so many changes and endings, that there's a sense of needing to find some comfort. And someone might be having sleepless nights or manifesting bad experiences or negative experiences because they're anticipating the worst. And this is a difficult cycle to break when you have experienced many difficult, painful, negative things, right? So you almost just, it's gonna be bad. But what is this about? We have the renewal, Archangel Jeremiel, review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. I feel like we are in Pisces season, and it can be a very watery energy, so either emotional or very intuitive and very higher chakras, so you're up in your head and maybe even in the ethers in the 5D. There might be a need to just ground and look at things in a more logical and practical way, And if you are triggered or sensitive and tender from painful experiences, it's hard to even look at the smallest thing that could possibly be difficult to deal with. Or even if it's usually not a difficult thing, there might be things that are difficult to just, you can't even wrap your brain around figuring out how to get it done or sort it out or resolve it, because you're either so exhausted. And again, I mentioned a quote in another video: when we are tired, we are often plagued by things we have long since overcome. So we need to find ways of not negating the things that are happening in our lives and in the world, but to surrender it to God and really surrender it, even if it's just for an hour, to take a nap or to meditate, so that you can, get clear again and get grounded again and just have energy again, so that you can then tackle things that you need to tackle. Let's see what else. There's a man here in this card, and a woman and a child. So there might be things around family that's really difficult. And if you are intuitive, a water sign, sensitive, and empath, if your family or someone, even your neighbor, or someone in your environment, your colleague, if someone is going through something difficult, you can probably pick it up. Four of water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. I feel like it's important to see that no matter how over it you feel, there is always an opportunity for something amazing to happen. And sometimes you're going to have to create that possibility. But if you are always the person that, and there's a huge aeroplane going past, that's making things happen, you need to trust that the universe can unfold things for you. God can make things happen, and it's not just all on your shoulders. Yes, we have to take responsibility for our lives and ourselves and take charge and take action, but some of it is out of our control, and we have to trust that there is some loving force beyond us that cares about us. And that there are other people that care about you, even if there's never been anyone that cares about you, that person or those people exist out there somewhere. Lots of water energy. Another water card, 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, or a birth announcement, or the need to have more fun. So you or someone might be finding out that they're expecting a child, or somebody's getting a promotion or a new job, or there's a birthday. Okay, so don't feel bad if people around you have something to celebrate. Your turn will come. That's one thing I'm getting. Your turn will come, but someone somewhere is going to have something to celebrate. Let's get the bottom of the deck energy. We have the 2 of earth, too much going on all at once. The need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. Someone needs to lighten up, put on a comedy and watch that, or put some fun music on and dance, or I don't know, something just to have more fun. Because now we have here the need to have more fun, and then here is consider a more playful approach. Someone might have been very serious or very down, and you need to find a way to lighten up. Let's get one more. Let's cut the deck. These 2 want to be seen. Balance, Archangel Zadkiel. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. This is the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy. Nobody says that we have to surrender everything to God and not take any action, not take any accountability or responsibility. But you can't only be counting on your own strength and your own wisdom and trying to control things Sometimes you have to just surrender things to God, and if you're just never taking action and on the things that God is showing you to take action on, then there needs to be a balance found there, and you can call on the angels to help you with this. It's like you can't try and open a door that's locked. You can try and break it down, but you can wait for the right door to open and then actually walk through the door. Right? 3 of air. Great sadness, take time to heal the need to forgive yourself or others. If you've been going through a rough time, you need to be compassionate with yourself. And sometimes the key to unlocking that door that you need to open is forgiveness. Not beating yourself up anymore, not blaming others or that person anymore. And even if you've been wronged, energetically within your heart and soul, and not just in your mind, letting it go. And truly forgiving. And it's not as simple as saying I forgive you or I forgive them and I'm over it. Being over it and forgiving is an energetic it's an energetic thing and an emotional thing. If you're still feeling hurt by it, chances are you haven't forgiven it yet and you're not over it yet. And some things are so painful and so difficult that you would need to forgive someone over and over and over again. And some things were so difficult to experience that you will need to let go again and again and again, a little more and a little more, until you have completely let go. And often that happens because we don't truly give ourselves the time, the space, the compassion, the nurturing, to be able to forgive and let go of painful situations. We don't often let ourselves cry or vent our anger or nurture ourselves after having a painful experience. And sometimes you don't realize that you've been wronged or hurt, and you felt like, I didn't like that. And then much later you will realize, like, that was so not okay what I experienced, or wow, that was an extremely bad thing that happened and I just brushed it off and went on because I had to. And you need to give yourself that you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry if nobody else is going to do that for you. And I think if you can make amends with someone that you have wronged, or even if they perceive that you have wronged them and that wasn't the intention, if it's something and someone that you really care about, making amends goes a long way. But then you have to be really sincere about it and really mean it, and be clear on what that means for you and for them. I don't know where all that came from, but that is the reading. I just felt like doing a reading. I hope that was helpful for someone. These energies can be super intense, and when we are tired, sick, sad, everything feels so much worse, and they keep coming up unless you give yourself the time and the space to feel and then let go what you are experiencing. The healing doesn't happen if we just cover it up and ignore it. We actually have to look at it, even though it's painful, and then feel it, and then do whatever we need to do for ourselves to get past it. I hope you join me again in another video. If you've made it this far and this was helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in another one.